Well, I'm Coach Sam. Pretty much that's what everybody calls me. I'm the head coach at SMU, and I want to start by saying I know that there's a lot of high school and club coaches here that are doing both, or junior high, whatever it may be. That is truly where my heart lies. I had the best high school volleyball experience ever. My dad was my coach. He's still coaching high school volleyball, and I just have so much respect for what y'all do. I've seen the inside of it for 30 years as my dad's done it. And so I know what y'all go through, the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows, just the joy that comes from it, but probably not getting a ton in return. And it's still something. You guys are like heroes to me. I love what y'all do. I think it's great, and I think it's really hard. Here, come fix. I think they're having issues with my Britney Spears mic here. So all that to say, let me just keep gassing you guys up. I think what y'all do is amazing, and I know that it's sometimes not easy when you have so many people speaking into what you do or commenting on what you do and whatnot, but keep at it because it's awesome. All right, so I'm here to talk about warm-ups, and this is how I'll start. We all have finite time to get done what we want to get done. For us, at the collegiate level, our girls are lifting and with our strength coach before practice every day. So when it comes to getting our girls just safely ready to go, they're rolling right into practice, what we like to call hot and ready, like a pizza. Like they're ready to go and we can get playing. So to me, I don't know what your system is, and if you have that, I think in high school, a lot of times that is separated. We want to play and spend our time on volleyball skills as much as we can, so I'm not a big fan of spending a ton of time doing plyometrics or getting physically ready. Our strength coach does all that, and his job is to get our girls jumping high, hitting hard, and feeling safe and strong. So if you have someone doing that for you and you can find a way to get that right before practice, I think that's great. You're doing everything all at once. They're rolling into practice hot and ready. Otherwise, you probably do want to spend a little bit of time getting their bodies safely ready to go, whether that's a little bit of plyos or throwing a football. We throw a football for our warm-up. Yeah, you guys can come on out. We throw a football, and come on over here. We throw a football for warm-ups and pregame every day. I think that's a really good thing. So if I'm crafting my team's warm-up, the first thing we want to do is get their bodies safe and ready to go. Our strength coach does that. Maybe you need to do that. I would do that as quick as I can. Plyos, throw a football, get going. Is your body ready to go? Great, we're moving. I'm not spending a significant amount of time doing all this crazy stuff. I think that is probably a waste of time as far as finite time. Let's play as much volleyball as we can. So then, once we get started, and again, we might throw a football and do some of that, and I think that's a great thing and a great use of your time. What we want to do when we're thinking about warm-ups is, where can I get the most bang for my buck on skills that we need to work on? What we found at our level, and I would consider this for your own situation, is what are we seeing in a game or that can move the needle the most that I want to put change in every day. We needed to get better at like little touches. There's a lot of just crazy weird plays happening in matches where we needed to get good at controlling a ball with what we call just like the gray, the weird areas of like, hey, playing a ball out of the net, above the net tip play, learning how to control a ball with one hand. So we needed to get better at that. We were not good at that, so we implemented that in our warm-up. If I'm a high school or a junior high coach, whatever your level, that's what I'm thinking as I'm crafting my warm-up. Like, what do we need to be great at? That change needs to go in every day. If it's serving, and serving is going to move the needle for you, I'd get my team safely ready to go, and then we'd start serving. Everybody serve 10 balls to zone 1. Great, boom. I'm doing that every single day because it's a big needle mover. So for us, one of the things that we do every day is everybody grab a ball. So again, they're rolling into me high and ready. We warm up our arms and throw a football. That maybe takes 5 minutes. I'm not going to show you guys how to do that. I think everybody knows how to do that. But then we start doing what we call flips. And if you can open to the notes, or if you're in the notes, you're going to now start seeing what I'm talking about. We do flips because our team needed to get good at this. This is a big part of the matches we play where we're having to play these balls. And so we're having our whole team walk around and just do 10 flips each hand right here. 1, and so go ahead, guys. 2, and we want that ball, we want to control it with an open palm. Now, we could achieve this by playing short court and having them play short court. In short court, you have a lot of little touches. But I was watching my kids play short court, and in a 5-minute short court game, my middle might have gotten like one time one of those. Whereas in a game, a ball might fall down the net, and she needs to like be able to play that out of the net, like, and get that going. Okay, so I'm like, dude, I love short court, but we're gonna start doing this every day, 10 each hand. So our girls every day roll in hot and ready, and they're getting 10 each hand, and they're going left hand. When you're running a ball down, an errant play, we want to have the skill to go get it and send it back into the court. So this is just happening in our matches. Maybe I'm running down a tip and I need to be able to reach and extend and get it up to the point where I'm like, hey, this is a good use of my finite time to have all my team have this skill to open hand control a ball. 10 each, that took 1 minute, boom. Month or so later, I'm seeing it in matches where we're now having this skill, we can play some of these balls. So I crafted that into my warm-up. That doesn't mean that's what you need to do. It means you need to really think about, again, what are the needle movers, what's happening when you're playing at your level, that I can plug in pieces to really get some growth with my team. So the next thing that we found, again, was this net play and kind of these like weird touches. So after we're doing flips, throwing football, warm-up arm, doing flips. Now we're putting our players in lines. So can I get like 2 of y'all on the line right here? And I'll take your balls now. And we're doing all of these. This is the next thing on there. These just like little net touches that are hard to manufacture in sixes. They happen in sixes a lot, but we want to get better at them. So we're just gonna manufacture them here in the warm-up to get a ton of these touches right away. So I'm gonna have you face the net. Face the net, and all you're gonna do is just play this out of the net high and to hopefully the middle of the court. We call the middle of the court the heart. You ready? Don't look at me. Here we go, try to play that out of the net. Good, and then next step, ready? Here we go, and get back in that line. Here we go. And so this is part of our warm-up. They all know exactly what they're doing. We're getting a ton of these touches just to start the day, and it's going really fast, and we're getting a lot out of it. And again, I could have them play short court, we could play sixes, and this like little weird situation might happen one time, and okay, whether we're good at it or not, I don't know. But in a total match, this could be worth 5 or 6 points if we're good at controlling these balls. And so I was just like, man, we want to start winning these weird plays. We're gonna plug it into our warm-up. Again, I would figure that out, what that means for you as far as what are my needle movers. So we go into those weird net touches. The other kind of net touches that we do are, at our level is, I'm gonna have, can I get like 2 or 3 of you on the line here? So we do like 3 or 4 of these. And again, you can pick what touches matter for you. You're gonna do a big block move. I'm gonna tip it and I want you to go try to play it. You ready to do a big block move? And go try to play that. Oh, here we go. You ready? You're gonna go try to defend this. Go do a big block move, go. And now land and try to play that. So we do need to be defending back here down the line. We've got attackers that can go and hit this shot. So our blockers need to learn how to kind of help with like the short tiddly stuff that, and if they can learn to play that, that's gonna help our defenders be able to cover some of that stuff back there. So this is what we include in our warm-up. We go through it very fast. Maybe each blocker gets 5 of those. It takes 30 seconds, but we've now put some pennies in the bucket of improving at this versus hoping it happens in sixes and that they get better. You ready? Let's do a few more. Do a big block, land, try to play it. Okay, so they might go through line and do some of those. The next one we do, go ahead and do a big block move for me, and I want you to try to play this with your hands. Play it with your hands, yeah. Like if you're, and again, hard to manufacture in sixes, but we can manufacture it right here, get good at it, and kind of roll through the line. And so we have like 5 or 6 of those that we do. We work on jousting. We do this with overpasses. I found that we do serve pretty aggressively, and we were getting 4 or 5 overpass opportunities per match. If we can win those every time, that can make a difference in the match. But our girls needed to be trained that. And this is something I always say when I do these events is if you're asking your players to do it and be good at it, then you need to train it. You can't just, we can never kill an overpass. Well, do you train it? I think that's a trainable skill. So can I get a little line just in the middle of the court? Thank you. Let's get like 4 or 5 y'all on the line. Right there? Yeah, okay. So part of our warm-up, and we rotate through these little touches every day that kind of matter to us. Get in this line here. I'm going to toss you an overpass, and you're just going to step close, just try to take a 2-step approach and swing and kill it. Now, I'm going to try to get out of your way. You have all of that area to swing at. Are you ready? Here we go. Toss an overpass. Boom. And so we will work on this. Overpass. And because we need to get good at this. We see these in our matches. Nice. And we want to end these points. So one thing we say is kill it or give it to our side. So we work on this in our warm-up. You ready? If I put it too deep and you don't feel like you can kill it, I just want you to put it high to the middle. And we'll have this big line, and they're getting 10 or so of these reps, and our warm-up has been really effective. We've gotten a ton of the stuff that we want to get better at. Here you go. Take a swing. Okay, she decided that she can't kill that. You're going to decide based off of this toss whether you can kill it or give it to our side. Here we go. So she might, yes, perfect. We're killing that ball. A little deeper. Good. And we would say throw that thing high, like kiss the ceiling. You ready? A little deeper. Yeah, higher the better. Now we can go get our second touch. So now they're learning how to make this decision. And obviously I'm teaching this right now. But once your kids get going and know how the warm-up goes, you can really get a ton of stuff happening in a short amount of time that your team can get better at. So we go, again, warm-up arms, throw the football, flips, those kind of little net touches, that's maybe 10 or 15 minutes, and we've done a ton of work as part of our warm-up. The next thing we do every single day as part of our everyday warm-up, I want to get into playing volleyball and addressing team systems as soon as possible. The less amount of time doing blocked drills where we're not all working together, to me, the better. So every day for our warm-up, we do those things, and then we go into what we call a dial-in drill. That's at the bottom of the page. A warm-up to me in this dial-in drill phase, 15 minutes into practice, we're starting one of these. It addresses a major team system that affects our match play and gets you mentally having to work so that your body knows, your mind knows, it's time to engage and dial in and get plugged into practice. I never want my kids being able to just go through the motions of practice. So this dial-in drill has a mental aspect to it that they cannot just blindly go through this, and I have no idea if they're even here or not. 3 in the back, please, and a setter, and then 3 in the back and a setter. We might have exactly the right amount for that, which is perfect. So perfect, can you jump on there? So the first dial-in drill that we do a ton, so 3 back row, we're gonna go back row attack here, and then 3, can you jump on? Is that possible? Okay, perfect. We do this drill called exchange, and all of our team knows it. I really encourage you, when you're planning your practices and whatnot, to not do a ton of crazy different stuff. If you want to have kind of your cachet of drills and your set way that you do things, that you can say, hey, we're doing exchange, and your team can jump on and do it, and they know exactly what you're talking about. You don't need to waste a ton of time at the board or explaining like what I'm doing right now. I've already wasted so much time, if this was a real practice, just talking, and it's not getting your team better. So we can say, hey, we're doing exchange, they jump on, they know exactly what we're doing, and we can get going. So exchange, the team system that it trains is twofold, multiple systems actually, but the major one is that we want to dig the ball high to the heart. We tape out with floor tape a giant box in the middle of the floor, and that we call the heart, and that's where we want to dig balls. So this drill is going to train that. It's mentally, they have to be aware of whether the ball is getting dug to the heart. They have to count, do all these things to get dialed in. And if you're not dialed in, it's going to be very obvious, very quick. So all we're going to do is, where's my setter? I thought we had one more person. No? Okay, you might have to set both sides. You might have to set and duck under, and that's okay. Or if you don't want to do that, we can go 2 and 1. You wanna do that? Okay, so all we're doing is hitting back row attack, okay, dig, set, back row attack, and we're trying to dig it to the heart. And as a team, we just need 10 to the heart, cooperative, before we can move on to trying to kill it. And you can decide what works for your team, for your level. Maybe it's 5, maybe it's 4. But let's just try to get a few to the heart right now. Here we go. Okay, so I'm not gonna count the 1 off of the coach. Okay, 1. So that was high to the heart. I probably would have wanted that a little higher, but not high enough. But the whole team would be counting here. And they would already have said, like, we've got 1, but we haven't lost the ball yet, so we're in a pretty good spot. Okay, now, if it's in a warm-up, now 2, we have 2, and our team would be counting and have to be dialed in here. Like, I'm not gonna count for them. They need to see, did we do what we want? They're counting, and now we've lost the ball, so we would have to start over. I give them like 5 balls to achieve this. Like, hey, and that's at my level. Again, you might just be like, hey, we've got 10 minutes on the clock to get 10 to the heart and figure out how you want to do that. You can address these for all, adjust for all different levels. But we also, another major team system, just like what Russ talked about earlier, we do not want to give free balls. So we might say, hey, if you give a free ball, you're back to 0. And another team system that's being addressed in this warm-up is like, hey, we want to swing away, no free balls, jump and thump, or play it safe, meaning jump and swing if it's a great set and go ahead and like crush it, or we're going to go control it to maybe right back where there's oftentimes a setter. So that's exchange, and it addresses that team system. The next, and we have probably like 4 or 5 rotating dial-in drills, so that every day our team actually loves this. They'll run to the board and kind of be like, what's the dial-in today? And they love to kind of see what we have on the board. The next one is 4 corners, and this addresses out of system. Out of system, a lot of the game is played out of system, and it's messy. So can I get a whole line back there? And then 2 of y'all come up here. You stay here, be here, you stay there. And then 2 of y'all step in, and then there's a line. So this is, we'll kind of build. I'm going to show you the simplest version of this drill. You guys have probably seen this before, but we'll build from this and start playing and putting in rules where we're having to mentally dial in. One of y'all is going to dig the ball high to the heart. We're addressing a team system here. And then one of y'all is going to set, whoever doesn't dig is going to set the distance. Just set whichever corner is further away, okay? You're going to follow your set. And you're gonna put it in the cart. Here we go. You ready? You're gonna dig this, high to the heart. Now you're gonna set the distance, love it, go follow, you drop it in here, you go, and now we're rolling. Now you're at that. Okay, here we go, ball. And we're just getting a ton of out of, now you follow, good, here we go, ball. Go try to set that out of system. Good, that's exactly what we need. That's what we need. We need it to be crazy like that. Stay there. You're just following your set. So you're staying in that line until you have to set. Nope, digging high to the heart. Go ahead, go again. Nope, go back, go again. That's okay. You're digging high to the heart if you're digging in the other person's setting. So high to the heart. Good, now he's gonna set and you stay. You stay. You're only coming up if you follow your set. Follow your set. Here we go, ball. So now you're gonna set. You're gonna come in and set. No worries, no worries. Honestly, you guys are amazing for even saying that you'll come here and be our demos, and they're having to learn this completely on the fly. So let's just give them a little hand because this is, I wouldn't want to do this. Like, y'all are amazing. Here we go. You're gonna set that the distance, good, and now you're gonna follow your set. Good, here we go, ball. And once they get the hang of this, you can really get going fast. Good, here we go, ball. You can really get going fast. I'm gonna stress them out right now. And again, lots of touches on what we need to get good at, which out of system, again, a lot of the game is played out of system. Probably at your levels, that's the case. Not everyone, you don't have all these amazing passers like high school volleyball, very familiar with high school volleyball, and it gets kind of wonky at times. So we want to train and get good at how do we take a wonky pass or a wonky dig and go turn it into a hittable ball. So that's what we're working on right now. Yep, don't forget. Oh, so what I would say, and this is what I do in all my practices, come on over here. I do have another, go back. I have a session on this at some point, but how to get the most out of your practices. Like, we're not just going to let that slide. Like, you got there with your platform, now get it high. So I'm going to give you that same ball. I will do this in practice all the time where, hey, let's do that. Let's correct. Let's do a little correction. You ready? I'm going to give you a crappy ball. Get it higher. Ready? High, 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 high. Yeah, right? Like, the first pass he did was not hittable. Now that's a great hittable ball. We can correct that, and our team is learning quick. Here we go. Ready? Good, good. Now you're following your set. Here we go. Okay, so eventually we build onto this where you guys are now going to take a swing at this. Okay, you're going to take a swing at this. Are we ready? So you guys will get immediate feedback on whether this set was good enough. Okay, you're going to take a swing. Take your swing. Hi-ya. Okay, so yep, follow your set. Here we go. Yep, and hi-ya. You ready? Take a swing, good, good, good. Here we go. So, and this is a great chance, again, the kids are getting feedback on whether the set was good enough. And your hitters are learning a team system, which is how to swing out a system. I love the voice there. Then you can build even more where the hitter comes under and becomes a blocker after they swing. So you're now working on blocking, swinging, out of system, setting, digging. What I would encourage is that your warm-ups, get them playing. It's okay if they look ugly. What I don't think is effective is spending a ton of time, and I've seen this in some practices, where your warm-up looks like, can two of y'all like pass under the net? I've seen this one a lot. I'm like, what are we doing here? I'm sure that there's something you're getting better at here. I just don't know if you're moving the needle by doing this for 20 minutes. Like, I've seen this. You're getting better at something. But I'm not saying not to ever do it if you have unlimited time, but you don't have unlimited time. Pick what really matters to you and build your warm-up around that, right? Like, now come pass back and forth like 10-foot line to net. People do this a lot too. Okay, everybody 100 passes back and forth, you know, like, okay, you're getting really good at passing from the 10-foot line to the net 100 times. Like, your team is great at that, but that's not what the game looks like. The game looks like what I just showed you, and so you've got to pick things that are going to move the needle and get you better at what's actually happening in the game. I'm not saying there's no value there. I just wouldn't do that a ton. Another drill that we do for a dial-in, we call it Sweat City. I'm going to have 3 passers, please. 3 passers. Can I have a setter? Where's my setter? And then is anybody a middle? Do we have a middle or someone that could play? Okay, come play middle. Great. And then just 3, and then everybody else in the line back there. And actually, let's have one of y'all come serve. So we obviously have a team, and I think you guys will too, a team of like 16 to 18. I'm kind of adjusting this for the numbers we have now, but that's what's great about a lot of these drills is you can do that. This drill called Sweat City, we want to run middle and back row as much as we can when the pass is there, and we want to learn how to run that and get our middles a lot of real timing work with our setters. You can train middles by just standing there and tossing a free ball to your setter and letting them hit, but that's not what it looks like in a game. So when we warm up, we want to do things that are going to be realistic for the game. So this drill called Sweat City, you're going to serve a ball. Hold on, though. You guys are going to pass, and the goal here is to run, let's go gap. Do you know what a gap is? Do you know what a gap is? So we're going to say gap, bick is what we're running. Do you know what a bick is? Okay, so bick right up the middle, and you're running a gap. It's like a shoot to right here. So Sweat City, we're running gap, bick, both sides. That's like the dial-in for the day. And you're serving, and we only can run those 2 things. Otherwise, we are giving a free ball or some kind of get your feet there and swing. That's one of our principles as well, is that we don't want to give free balls. So we're seeing, can we pass well enough to run one of these 2 plays and or take some kind of swing at a crappy situation, okay? So go ahead and serve, and we're trying to run either gap or bick. Okay, great pass, gap. Good. Hey, that, to me, great pass, great set. They haven't worked on timing. They just met 5 minutes ago. That's fine. But that's what we're trying to do. Go ahead and I'll get a whistle out. Okay, bick, 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 bick. Let's see if we can get a swing. Boom. So that's the goal. And now we're going, let's go ahead and serve. And we, obviously you have more numbers, right? So you can go pretty fast. I'm gonna start doing this pretty fast. Gap, bick. Go ahead, on the whistle, go ahead and serve, and we're gonna go fast, servers. And next. So again, this is a warm-up drill, over and over, nice and fast. Gap, bick, gap, bick, gap, bick, because we wanna get good at this. For us, this is a needle mover. If we can run our most efficient plays as much as possible, we have a higher chance to score. Our middle and back row attacks are very efficient for us. They hit for very high clips, 300 and above. Okay, so we wanna run it as much as we can. We wanna practice it as much as we can. This is a quick warm up. Boom, 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 we're just rolling through serves. So another play for this might be like, let's go quick ball, just like a quick, and you're running maybe a 30, which is a bick right through this lane. So quick 30. Okay, so I'm like, okay, Sweat City, quick 30, and we're going real quick through it. Oh, couldn't play that, that's okay. We move on. Oh, I love that. Okay, go run your quick, go run your quick. Good, see, this is more game-like, and your team is getting better than you standing here with your middles and setters going, okay, we're gonna work on quicks, and I'm gonna give you the most perfect situation to work on it. Okay, I'm not saying there's zero value in that. You would do that very briefly just to get them feeling what it may be comfortable, what a perfect situation feels like, and then you're gonna go do something real. Okay, so here we go. So the goal here, hey, we're gonna correct, we talked about that, is who was it? Was it you that passed? Okay, I want you to now take a correction. You're gonna put this ball up nice and high to maybe you're gonna just try swinging it. Here we go. Nice and high, nice and high. See if we can get a swing. Perfect, so I've now just corrected. It is going to happen where someone has a crappy pass. That's part of the game at every level. Your team needs to learn how to handle that. So we correct that and we move on really quick. Okay, hey, we wanted to get a swing out of that versus letting it drop. Here we go. Let's see if we can run a 30. The 30 is like the bick over here. Oh, perfect, perfect pass for a 30. Oh, a 30 is like the bick over here. Let's try to run that one. Here we go. 30, 30, 30, 30. Awesome, love it. Man, we are learning. I love it. So quick 30, gap bick. You could go slide bick, slide 70, and you're just running through some of these plays that ideally you do want to run a lot because it'll help you. And the last thing we do is we do some of the short court. Everyone come in, get inside the 10-foot line. Let's go like 3-on-3 inside the 10-foot line. I've got like 1 minute to show them this, so you guys got to hustle. So here we're just playing short court and we want you to swing if you can. So the way to do that would be like those sharper angles from here to there, things like that. But short court is valuable in learning how to play a lot of these little balls. And I think at the high school and junior high level, it could be even more valuable because you probably do see a lot of tips and a lot of little short court type balls. So teaching your team how to play in this area is going to be valuable for you. And you can figure out a scoring system. You could put time on the clock. That's the end of my time. But again, here's my tips on an everyday warm-up. Get them safely ready to play as quick as you can. Don't spend a ton of time on that. Then choose needle moving skills that are going to affect your matches and your level and get them doing a lot of touches and some kind of dial-in drills, that's what we call it, that affect major team principles that are going to help you win matches. Get those going. That's how we warm up every day.